What's up guys, Alex from FIFA Scouting Tips here, and welcome to episode 6 of Pompey Youth Stars. Now I've had a few messages and comments from people asking about whether I should sim the rest of the season or sim unimportant games, that kind of thing. So I think today in this episode I'm just going to be just simming matches so I can get through to the scouting a bit more quickly. Let me know how you want me to do it from now on going forward. Do you want me to just sim games until I have an entire squad full of youth players, or would you rather watch me actually play the games so you can see how the scouted players I've got at the moment develop in actual matches? So let me know that in the comments and I'll decide what to do. But for now we have a match in the Cup, Capital One Cup against Oldham. So I've decided to put a few reserves in there, but we've also got Hickford, Osborne and Zambrano in there, as well as Lodigan. So let's see how we do in this simmed match. It is an away game, so those always seem to be harder when you sim games. But let's just skip to the end and see how we do. So we won 4-3 on penalties, so that's not a bad result. On to the next round of the Cup. Zambrano got 2 goals, so 2-goal hero there. He's obviously been a very good signing so far. And we now had a message from the board saying, on behalf of the board, I want to acknowledge all the work and dedication we have seen you bring to the club. So that's good, we're doing well with the board. Okay, on to our next match. We've got Yeovil in the league. We're still second in the league, so we're doing well. And this one's a home game, so you never know, we might have a bit of a better chance this time round. So let's see how we do in this one. We've got Zwinkels up front in red hot form. But we managed to lose 1-0 against Yeovil, so that's our first defeat of the season so far. But never mind, we'll pick ourselves up. And we now have a monthly scouting update from Murphin. Let's see who he's brought us. So we have Andrea Maritato, 58-78. Nope, turn that player down. Wow, that is a long name. Massimiliano Donnarumma, 50-68, turn him down as well. And then Maurizio Solinas, 49-67, turn him down too. So not a very good month there, but never mind, we'll move on to the next one. Next up, we got Sheffield United in the league, and I think it's going to be a tough game because we are ahead of them in the league, but they're still a pretty decent team as well. So let's just see how we do on this one. Hopefully we can get a good result. We've had a few of our players back from international duty now, especially Doherty, so he's going to make a big difference in goal. And yet 2-1 win. Taylor and Lodigan getting the goals. Taylor in the 86th minute. Nice late winner there for us. And we also have a couple of messages. So we have our scouting report from Demidov, and he's brought us Curtis Simpson. After 2 months, he's now 71-89, so that's still a pretty good potential. I reckon it should be around about 80. So I think, yes, I think we will sign him. James Smith, 64-88. I think I'm going to leave him for another month, see how he does in a month's time. Kyle Rowe, 62-86. Again, I'm going to leave him for another month. And then finally, Leon Talbot, 57-77. So I'm going to reject that player. So we will scout these other two for another month. And then we have a message from Mohamed Sobi asking for raise in his wages, so let's go and do that right now. So at the moment he is on £1,500 a week and he wants 3,000, so we can afford that, and I think he's a fairly important player, so we'll do that and see if he accepts. Okay, so next league game we've got Rochdale in the league, and we are at home. Let's see if we can get a good result against them, keep this winning run going. And after that defeat against Yeovil, and we draw 1-1, so not a bad result, I guess. Taylor scores again. We now have our scouting report from Lee in France. So Alassane Jourdan, 63-85, going to turn that player down. Dylan Quintin, 67-93, looking really good. Definitely sign that player up. Then Luca Cross, 58-78, turn him down, and Johan Omrani, 59-81, turn him down as well. And then we have a message from Jed Wallace thanking us for all the time he's getting on the pitch, so that's always good to see. Next up we got Bradford, and if you have a look on the right hand side there at the table, you can see that they are 1 place ahead of us. They're 3rd, we're 4th. They've got only 1 point ahead of us, so this could be an interesting game. It could be quite a tight game. We've had a piece of good news though. Mohamed Sobi has accepted his new contract, so he'll be with us for a bit longer. And let's see if we can get a result against Bradford, because this could be quite a tough game. We are away as well, so you never know what it's going to be like. And at the end of the day, we got a 1-1 draw, so that's not too bad. Pimentel gets the goal, so that's good for us. Next up, we got Sheffield Wednesday in the Capital One Cup. This could be quite a tough game. They're a decent team. It is at home, so we might do okay. Let's see what the final result is. Oh no, so we've lost 2-0, and Sobby is injured as well. That's not good. Let's see what his injury is. So he is out for 3 weeks with a sprained ankle. So that is not a good result. We do have other central midfielders, but I wanted to keep him fit so we can develop him. So that's a bit of a setback. So charging straight on to the next game, we have got Peterborough in the league. We're at home. We have a decent squad out here. We've got Zwinkels up front, going to be scoring some good goals hopefully. We've got Doherty in goal as well. Let's see how we do. Yep, 3-1. Bunn gets 2 goals and Robson gets 1, so all the goals scored by youth players or regens, that kind of thing. That's always really good to see, and a really strong result as well. Right, next game we got Port Vale away. They're not doing very well in the league. I think they're 16th, so this could be a good opportunity to get a good result against a team that's really kind of struggling. So, no, I shouldn't have said that because we end up losing 2-1. Lodigan did get a goal, but we did have an injury for Chorley, one of our centre-backs, and a loss against a team which we really should have beaten. And Chorley is now out for 3 months. That's a pretty serious injury. But on the plus side, it might give more game time to Osborne and to Knight, filling in at centre-back rather than playing at full-back. So that could be an okay result in the long run. And then Taylor also thanking us for getting a game there as well. So hopefully this won't be too much of a problem with Chorley out injured, but like I said, it might give an opportunity for some of our other players to come through. Right, we now reach the 1st of October, so I'm going to show you through some of the growth we've had for our players here. So we've got Doherty up 1 point, he is now 75 at 17 years old, really tasty. Knight 63 at 16 years old, not a huge amount of growth with him so far, but he's got good potential I think, so not too worried about that. Andreas Bunn on loan, lots of technical growth, no overall growth just yet, but he's looking like a very decent player. Lodigan's now gone up 2 points, and he's had some good physical growth as well as technical growth, which is always good to see with a scouted player. Zambrano as well, now up 1 point to 66, very impressive. Now Hickford is up 1 point to 59, and then up next after that we have got Stegmaier up to 63, he's in on loan, remember, from Wolfsburg. Zwinkels up to 68, he's been performing amazingly well, as you can see, 6 goals in 9 games, really impressive that return, so he's now 68, one of my best players. Pimentel hasn't grown yet, which is pretty disappointed to be honest, but he always seems to perform quite well on the pitch. Sobby is now up to 63, despite that injury he's got, doesn't seem to have affected him too much. Then Robson up to 58, and what is really pleasing to see about this is that some of his physical stats are growing very nicely. A couple of +2s in there, hopefully that's going to keep going for the rest of the season. So he's got technical and physical stat growth. Osborne is now up to 60, +2 points, stand tackle 75, that's going to make him so good at getting the ball back. Very useful player to have in defence. So that's our stat growth so far at the beginning of October, so some decent growth there with our players, and they're making some nice progress. Right, next game we have against Coventry City. Let's see if we can bounce straight back from that defeat against Port Vale, that pretty disappointing defeat. Hopefully this won't be a second defeat on the bounce, but yes it is, shouldn't have said that, and we got a red card as well, so Winter is sent off. 1-0 loss against Coventry, we seem to be doing pretty poorly at the moment, so hopefully we can turn this around pretty soon. Right, we now have our final report from Murphin in Italy, so let's see who he's brought us back. We have Armando Lo Bue, 56 to 74, turn that player down. Domenico Golini, 58 to 78, again turn him down. And Stefano Costa, 61 to 83, another one again turned down. So a bit of a disappointing final scouting report, but what it does mean is that we can now send Murphin to another country. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a winger, because although we have 2 fullbacks in Osborne and Knight that we've scouted, they are both very slow because they're kind of meant to be centre backs. And the only fast players really who we've managed to bring in are the players on loan, scouted players, that is, players on loan. So we need to find our own players, and what happens very often when you search for wingers is that you end up with mispositioned players. So they're meant to be wingers, but they end up having their position listed as fullback, and that seems to make them glitch out, and they end up with very high pace stats. So that could be very useful, very good other stats as well, very good technical stats, but they especially very fast players. So it's a very good way to get fast players if that's what you're looking for, and I think that's what we need in the squad right now. So I know we have one scout in Italy, and I think we have one in France, so we won't send a scout to either of those countries. So I think we will, don't think we tried Spain yet, so we'll go to Spain, looking for wingers, and we have a very decent budget. We've got about £1.3 million left now, so I want to spend as much of that as possible on scouting. So I think we're going to go for 9 months, because our scouts only got 1-star experience and 1-star judgment, and when they're rated that low, you want to have as good a chance as possible of finding good players. So we're going to try and maximise that, send him there for 9 months, and see if he can bring us back some good, fast players. Okay, cup game, Johnson's Paint Trophy against Wycombe Wanderers. We are on a terrible run of form at the moment. A couple of losses in a row. We really don't want another one. Want to see if we can stay in this cup and get as much money as possible, but that's a good start. Penalty after the first minute. Ends 2-2, but we win 4-3 on penalties. Holmes and Lodigan scoring the goals, so that's a bit more like it. A bit of a decent result, a bit better compared to our previous results. Next up, we got Barnsley, and if you look on the right hand side in the tables, you can see it's really close. We've got 19 points in 6th place. They are in 8th with 18 points, so it's very, very close. Could be quite a tough game against them. We are away as well, and let's hope we can get a good result, because this could be quite a difficult match. So let's skip to the end. So actually we win 2-0, so that's a good result. Swinkles and Pimentel, 2 regen players or scouted players there, and we have our final scouting report from England. So let's see who we've got. We've got David Murphy, 55 to 75, turn that player down. Harry Graham, 60 to 80, turn him down as well. James Smith, 66 to 84. I'm not so sure that we need him, to be honest. His potential is probably going to narrow down to the mid 70s. We have some other very good players in the academy, so you know, actually I think I am going to sign him. I am going to sign him because we've got another year left on him. He's only 15, so we can see how he does in the academy. If he turns out to be no good, we can always release him, so we will sign him up. Kyle Rowe, 64 to 82 after the second month. I don't think we need him though. His potential is a bit too low, so we will turn that player down, and that means that we now have another scout available, Hakon Demidov, to go on another scouting trip. So where shall we go this time? Kind of want to stick to mainland Europe or to the UK to try and keep it kind of realistic at least. I think we should scout Republic of Ireland. We haven't really scouted there yet. What sort of player shall we look for this time? We have a fair amount of good players in all sorts of different positions. I think I want to search for physically strong, because you get very, very good players if it comes off well. If you find a high potential physically strong player, they turn out to be excellent, because they end up being good in both defense and attack, which means if you find a central midfielder who is physically strong, he ends up being the perfect box-to-box midfielder, and he can play in all sorts of different positions. He can play defensively or attacking, because he's very good at everything. So I think we will do that, and I think we're going to send him there for 9 months, because again we have a good budget, and £107,000, I think we can afford that. So let's go to Republic of Ireland and let's see who we can find. Right, our next game is against Chesterfield. If you look on the right hand side at the table section, you can see that they're in 9th place. We're in 6th, just 4 points ahead, so it could be quite a close game. They're kind of hot on our heels. We don't want to fall to another defeat, because that could send us down the table a bit. But we win 2-1, so that's a good result. Taylor gets both goals. Nice result there. We also have a scouting update from Lee. Let's see how he does. So we got Frederick Mathis, 63 to 87. Think I am gonna let him be scouted for another month. Then we have Tumani Arnaud, 62 to 84. I think I can let that player go. And then Vincent Lemaitre, 50 to 68. Definitely let him go. So we'll look at Frederick Mathis for another month. Alright, just a quick update on the league table. We are in 4th place after 14 games, 25 points. It's all kind of close up here. Not a huge amount of difference between a load of the teams in terms of points. So 1 defeat or 2 defeats and we could slip down the table a bit. But our goal is to finish mid-table, so we're doing very well towards that goal. We now have a match against Walsall. Hopefully this is going to go well, and we can keep that run going, move up the table even higher than 4th. But no, we lost 2-0 2-0 against Walsall. That's not a very good result at all, so that was very disappointing. We're still in the playoff places, but we could really have done with a good result there. Right, MK Dons up next, and they are in mid-table, so we could very well beat them. We really need to stop this slide, these poor results that we're getting, but they are continuing. We lost 1-0 against MK Dons, another poor result, very disappointing indeed. So next game against Crawley Town. They are doing okay. They're in 9th position. We are in 6th. So it could be, again, a bit of a tight game. But we do win 1-0. Finally, we get a decent result, and it's one of our regen players, it's Stegmeyer, who gets the goal that ends that rot. So that's really, really good to see. Right, just before we finish, I want to show you the players in my youth academy, because we've got some really promising players in there. So we'll start with Aymeric Beauverger, 15 years old, 56 to 60 overall. Looks like he's going to be a centre back with 73 to 79 potential. Physically strong, so that strength stat is going to be really good. Some other nice ones in there as well. Heading as well is going to be very nice stat, so I'm looking forward to promoting him. Curtis Simpson, 16 years old, 43 to 51 with 70 to 82 potential. Not many amazing stats in there, but he hasn't gone through the May update, so he will get a nice big boost on the 1st of May, so he should become very good then. Then look at this guy, Darren Paulet, just 15 years old, 70 to 74 overall already, 90 to 94 potential, and he is a technically gifted attacking midfielder. Some incredible stats in there. He's going to be so good when he gets promoted. Really can't wait for that to happen. Then David Brown, another Scottish player, 16 years old, 62 to 66 overall. Another goalkeeper. Not sure what I'm going to do with all these goalkeepers, but he's got around about 80 potential, so he's going to be very good, with some decent stats in there too. So I might have to loan one of my goalkeepers out for a bit. Then Dimitri Guirassy, 51 to 59 at 16 years old. He is an attacker, not sure where he's going to end up, but yeah, 71 to 83 potential, which is very decent. Looks like he could have good long passing and free kicks, so that would be useful to have. Haven't got anyone in the team who's good at free kicks at the moment. Then Dylan Quintin, 76 to 94, another amazing potential range. 42 to 50 overall, but he will get a boost again when May comes around. And then finally James Smith, 48 to 58 overall at 68 to 84 potential. So he could be quite good, but we'll have to see how he becomes when his potential range has narrowed down a bit, because we're a bit unsure of that at the moment. So some very decent players in the youth academy, particularly this guy. Really looking forward to promoting him. So I think I will leave it there for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please let me know what you thought. Did you want to me to continue just simming games like this? Should I just sim the months forward and show you my scouting reports? Should I go back to playing games? Please do let me know, because I'm always looking to improve, and I'd love to see your feedback, so let me know what you want me to do next. The Scouting God contest is taking a slight twist this time. I think I'm going to do it just on goalkeepers. So if you found an amazing goalkeeper, send a picture over to at FIFA Scouting on Twitter using the hashtag ScoutingGod, or send it to facebook.com/FIFA Scouting Tips, or you can leave a link in the comments below. But like I said, it's just goalkeepers this month, not any outfield players. Any other positions will not count towards it, so you've got to find the best goalkeeper you can. Take a picture when they're in the academy or just after they've been promoted and they haven't grown, just to keep that fair for everyone. So that will end at the end of the month. Really looking forward to seeing that. So make sure you smash that like button if you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.